for tonight's lucky numbers with Guede, Limbo, Saint Expedite. For the collective, we draw 6 numbers, or rather we roll 6 dice. And then for anybody who signed up before the cutoff, I'll get you 7 dice. 7 dice, and could be more than 7 lucky numbers. Okay. Or angel numbers. If they're angel numbers, I'll tell you the angel numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in his cup. Gracias a la misericordia. I already gave him some of his offerings, and after this I will give him the rest. If you'd like to donate to give gratitude to my spirits for what they're giving to the collective right now, you can do so at paypal.me/SamTheSpiritist, and I will make sure that Spirit receives that. What did I put? Tonight, Guede, Limbo is trying something new from me. This is out of my personal stock, which I'm not supposed to be giving it on behalf of the collective out of my personal stock. So those of you, if you want me to keep doing these free collective messages, y'all got to be giving a little something back in exchange. Not the same people either. There's a whole bunch of different people that watch this that have never even hit the like button or dropped a comment. So if you want to keep receiving these free collective messages, there's got to be energy exchange. Otherwise, we're going to cut it. Because I'm giving him out of my stock. So he's getting my Moonlight Moonshine tonight. He's going to try that tonight as offering from me on behalf of the collective. But collective has to give something to Spirit. Somebody has to give something to Spirit. Otherwise, he's going to cut this off. I'm not going to keep doing these. Just saying. But it is what it is. Collective needs to learn how to have a little bit more respect for Spirit. Not the same people. So that's the message I got today. These spirits are giving, but when people just expect and expect and expect and expect, and never want to do nothing in the return, except for the same couple of people, it's just a small handful of people that I could count on one hand. So, but there's a whole bunch of other people watching it. So, just Spirit sees all. Spirit sees all. And I'm not on here to grow the channel, so I'm not interested in monetizing the channel. If that happened, cool. But this is for you. So take it or leave it. So it's a gift from Spirit, but Spirit does need an energy exchange, and it can't come out of me. Can't come out of me because I'm already using myself to be a vessel to work with them and deliver. So that's all we have to say. So I gave him moonshine tonight on behalf of the collective out of my stock. So you want to donate something, you want to show that you appreciate Guede, Limbo, and you haven't donated before, paypal.me/SamTheSpiritist so we can replenish his offerings. Otherwise, he's not going to offer these. Because these can be very beneficial, very lucky for you, very helpful in your life. But if he sees that it's not being appreciated, there is no obligation to keep it going. He needs more tobaccos because he's sharing with Baron Samedi right now. Every spirit needs to have their own thing, have their own offerings. Right now, they're giving misericordia until the collective continues to support the community altar more. Because it'd be the same couple of people supporting the community altar, and that's not okay. Other people want to benefit and watch this stuff, but not support, then you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot because you think you're going to benefit from the numbers I'm going to give out. But just because you're cheap, it's not going to work for you if you continue to do that. It'll work in the beginning if you really have appreciation, but when you're able to donate, you need to give Spirit an offering. That's how it is in Botanicas. Nothing is actually truly for free in this world, so appreciate what's given and then give back in return to the spirits because they do a lot for us. They protect people. They make sure people's lives are not in turmoil or come out of bad situations. So I guess this is where we're going first tonight. Because some people really be acting sideways. Some people are really acting sideways with these spirits. Like, this week has been interesting. And I'm not talking about private clients. I'm talking about just people that I've seen get help, receive blessings from the spirits. People who grew up in this stuff. that have the audacity to disrespect spirit, have the audacity to laugh and joke and act like this isn't real, but at the same time want to benefit from it when they need something, but have the audacity to act like, as psychics and spiritualists and spiritual workers that actually serve these low, I work with them every day. Like we don't know what we're talking about, but you need us. But when shit hits the fan, you need us and you want our help. But you don't want to give nothing. You don't want to commit to nothing. You don't want to have to pay for nothing. You just want to receive, and that's not how this fucking works. Newsflash, get real. Get fucking real. What is given can be taken away. Okay? No spirit and no vessel that works with no spirits should be doing work and not being given an energy exchange of, damn, y'all can't even like workers posts. Y'all can't even drop comments. And this is not just for me. I'm not even saying this for me. I'm seeing this all over the place. Y'all can't even like spiritual healers' contents, put comments on there besides emojis, because most people are too damn lazy. And it's always the same couple of people who actually do comment on people's posts and show actual real gratitude. The rest are too damn lazy. And too damn lazy people, hate to tell you this, but you ain't getting no more help from spirit. You ain't getting no more passes. Time's up. Wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. That's his energy today. And I wasn't feeling that too much before I got here. I was having a rough day earlier, and I still showed up today. I don't want to show up tonight. I don't want to do this tonight. I'm still showing up. But other people can't even show up and press a few buttons for us, for anybody. You know what I'm saying? And it'll always be the same couple of people who do it all and give the bare minimum, and a few, very few, I can count on one hand, that even donate. That donate on a monthly basis to give any type of donation. Can count the people on one hand. Okay, that's why they've met my spirit. As much as I want to be able to give, when spirit says pull back, I pull back. Pull back. As much as I want to be able to bring messages and do all the things and all the ideas they show me, it's a what do you call it? Has to be reciprocated. Has to be reciprocated. Energy has to be reciprocated. If it's not, then it's not worth it. Not worth it. And I'm not asking you to just donate. I'm saying hit fucking buttons on my page. Use your thumbs. Like, it's not hard. I do it all the time for people. I don't understand how people do this and want to go to different psychics and different mediums page, different spiritual healers page, and you don't even want to, you want to get the information, but you don't want to say thank you. You don't want to say that was so helpful. There's some people that do that, but not enough. It'd always be a very small percentage of people who say thank you to the spirits, their spirits, and thank you to the person, because the person is being used to bring that information for you to add value to your life. I see this in niches beyond. And Guede is a gambling spirit, and I see this in niches beyond. Okay, today though, he got ticked off because the reason why I'm going to be getting off here in a few minutes. I'm not going to take too much longer on here, but he was watching, because I sports bet. So he was watching one of the sharps that I follow, is basically a Vegas sharp, is a handicapper, a professional sports bettor. And he was watching this person who has a lot of knowledge, has a lot of experience doing this for many years, who has one of the highest records. And because they lost, one day they lost, one day they lost. And it's like everybody in the comments complaining, little bitches in the comments complaining. But meanwhile, he lost one day, but he's been like 12 days in a row, wins. People making tons of money, but then bitching about one day where he lost. Like, it's just nonsense. Like, it's not even rational thinking. So it's irrational to expect to win all the time. The same with this. These lucky numbers may work for some people and may not for others. And this is also different. This is spiritual. So spirit is watching. Spirit sees if somebody is even deserving of winning or benefiting from the lucky numbers. So, but in that sense, regarding sports betting, the person won 12 days in a row, one bad day and people want to bitch and complain. And then try to literally psychically and verbally attack them in their own comments after they give every single day consistently some plays out for free, analysis for free. You know, he gives half an hour to an hour a day of free plays. He has packages available for sale, but you can learn. Many sports bettors, you can't learn from them. They just want to sell you packages of plays, a pick, and that's it. They won't teach you or do any analysis because they really don't know, and some of them are scammers. This one really knows and is teaching people if you pay attention, you'll learn very quickly how to do it. And I pay attention. I'm the type to say thank you, to over-engage. So because I'm that type and my spirits know that I value my energy, my spirits value my energy, they see that I personally and they also aren't receiving anything back from the majority of the people who are consuming the content and benefiting from the content, then there's no reason to make it. There's no reason. There's other things that I do. I don't have to do this. Understand that. Okay? All right. So let's roll the dice for the collective tonight. Who knows? This might be the last one. I was trying to do this and make this available to you, and everybody has free will. Everybody chooses to engage or not to engage. People get caught up in their feelings too. Caught up in their feelings about not winning or not having, you know, people join a community ritual and expect their whole life to be changed for $100 or less. For their entire life, every problem to be solved when it was one topic, one thing on one ritual. And I might actually cancel the ritual that I've listed. If you don't sign up this week, if you aren't signed up this week, if I don't see enough people signing up, then I'm just going to do the ritual. I'm just going to close it and do the ritual when I said, but I'm not going to allow more people. If people aren't signing up this week and jumping on it, I'm just going to cancel it. I'll take care of the people who have signed up, but I'm not going to leave it, just sit and leave it open. Because people you need to understand that when Spirit offers something, you need to jump. There's only 20 spots available for that ritual, for that community ritual. There's only 20 spots available. Because I gotta know whether people are going to join it or not. Y'all don't even comment that you're going to join it, that you're planning on joining it. So I'm assuming you ain't gonna join it. And that's fine by me, because y'all the ones who need the help, not me. Okay. Like, I offer a community ritual once a year. Once a year. And I got people from last year, oh, when are you gonna do another community ritual because I can't afford private work? And then I offer a community ritual. Where the fuck you at? Where the fuck are you? So you're all talking, no walk. All talking, no walk. And that's not how Spirit moves. Spirit isn't like that. Spirit doesn't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. And I know that Limbo and Elia don't like that. So we're not obligated. So tonight's lucky numbers, for those who have appreciation for Guede Limbo, are 6, 4, 10, 13, 40, and the number 4, and he's saying 44. 44. Angel number 44, angel number 404. He's saying the number 64. These are numbers you can play if you play the lotto. These could be sports scores. These could be sports jersey numbers of certain players. You may want to consider if you do sports betting like me. That might be very lucky. Also June 4th, something that happened on June 4th. That somebody made a decision or was thinking about doing something, making a decision on something on June 4th. You should make that decision, or you should have made that decision and gone with that. on June 4th, whatever was on June 4th. That's not gonna be for everybody, that's just some people. No way. Somebody who's watching or is gonna watch this is going to receive, or is going, he's saying somebody that's watching this is going to be getting a new job October 13th, starting on or right near October 13th. Start date of October 13th, or right there around October 13th. Or needs to change jobs. Or some people might be, that could also be somebody might be getting fired around October the 14th. And it's time for you to start looking. He's giving you a warning for some people that might resonate with, and you feel like you're being pushed out of your job or you really hate your job. Before October 13th, you definitely want to look for another one if that's you. You want to have one set up. Also the number 46. October the 13th. Yeah, those are the numbers. Angel number 44 and 404. Seen 444 the other day. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I really don't care. Yeah. How anybody feel about that, what I just said, it's the fucking truth. All right, we have one person that signed up tonight, and they said they weren't going to be able to available because they were working late. Let me give the shot for them real quick. So Zara, this is for you. This is your role. I literally only came on because she signed up, because otherwise we wasn't going to do this. All right. So Zara, this is your shot for Guede Limbo. Gracias, misericordia. Guede Limbo. This is for Zara. Signed up for the 7 lucky numbers. Zara, this is for you, for you to Guede Limbo as your offering. Gracias, misericordia. Like, you think he's playing? He ain't fucking playing. All right. Get it numbers for Zara. Get it limbo. Get it limbo. Lucky numbers for Zara. You don't want me to put on your trust. Okay, for Zara, you got a bunch of, you got a lot of 2s and 4s going on. You got 2 4s, 2 2s. So I saw 4 and 2 first. Then I saw this 40. And then I saw this 4, and I saw this other 2. And then it's interesting. We have the number 8. This is interesting. These are like multiples. Like duplicates and multiples. I haven't seen this yet. And this is 1, 2, 3. But I'm seeing it as, you got the 1, 2, 3 as the bonus. But he's making the number 31 stand out, and 21. 321, 21, and 31 are bonus numbers. We also have the number 42 twice appearing here, and the number 44 as a bonus number, and the number 22 as a bonus number, and the number 404, angel number 404, And I'm seeing 442 and 242 are standing out as angel numbers for Zara. You're welcome. But see, it's always the same people. Always the same people. And like a whole bunch of people watch it afterwards and can't even comment. It's always people that are just on the live and nobody commenting after. But a whole bunch of people be watching it. Crazy. 42, 42 twice. 442, 242, and 224. There you go, 224. Bonus numbers. So a lot of angel numbers. And the 4s and the 2s. A lot of like Archangel Michael energy in this role. Working with Archangel Michael is important. Going back to Archangel Michael. Well, not necessarily going back, but bringing back in more of Archangel Michael's energy. Because he's waiting for you. Wow. Very interesting. I haven't had a roll like this before. Multiples, like duplicates, multiples, and literally multiplications. Weird. Not weird. Divine. So those are your numbers, Zara. See what else he has to say. Limbo. Gracias a ese tipo de Limbo. Turn. What is given can be taken away. Meadows. Beautiful meadows. Success, blessings, and positivity, but upside down. Realize that spirit, when you're working with spirits or working with somebody who's working with spirits, and you consume and benefit from the information, whether it's me or anybody else, their spirits know. Very important to understand that. That's why, and even if it's not in the spiritual niche, other people's spirit have spirit guides, even if they're not aware. So when you take, this is really, really like a huge reason why people get blockages and they don't know why. Because everybody on the YouTubes think that things are free just because YouTube is free and just because creators might be getting paid for ad revenue, which I'm not getting paid no ad revenue. Just because creators of all types might be getting paid ad revenue still doesn't make an equal energy exchange for what value they may be providing. It doesn't discount. It doesn't ad money that an advertiser and YouTube may be paying a creator does not mean that people that consume the information are not still responsible for having gratitude or giving an energy exchange back in liking the video, sharing the video, commenting on people's videos, saying thank you to people who help you with something. I don't care if you're looking up how to buy a house and you find somebody who has got really good information. Like the video, comment on the video, thank you. Make sure you are reciprocating energy that people are putting into helping other people. Yeah, they may benefit by getting some sales, some clients, okay? But at the same time, it's still an energetic exchange. You are receiving an energetic sacrifice from them. I don't care what niche they're in. If they're an honest, authentic person, their spirit guides and their benevolent ancestors, their higher self, still deserves to be compensated. It's just this society, for the sake of corporations to make a ton of money on these platforms and media companies to make a ton of money and market to you, they've fooled you into believing that you don't have to give, and that's not true. In fact, it's actually making you more karmically in debt to acquire information for quote unquote free. Take something. It's basically stealing. That's why I always give something back. Always give something back, an appreciation, or I buy somebody's package. I buy somebody's course when I feel like they're really the right person. I don't just sit and consume and consume and consume and expect to get things for free. I invest my money because I know when it feels divinely guided, and it's going to be multiplied back to me if I give them the energy exchange and give them what they deserve, not when I keep taking it for free. If you consume the information from somebody and you keep consuming it for free, I promise you, it might get like 1 or 2 passes. But when you start benefiting and becoming profitable or having major life changes and you don't give anything back in exchange, you don't invest back, you don't make a donation back, you don't say even a thank you, but you benefited from it, I promise you, either you're going to stop benefiting or you're going to lose it all and be back in the same position you were in or worse. It's how it fucking works. What is given can be taken back. Keep that in mind. Because their spirit guides see. And their spirit guides there are spirits that may walk with them that may affect you and not allow you to benefit anymore. You can cross yourself from doing this. Yep. You can create your own, basically, hexes upon yourself and cross yourself from doing that. It reminded me of just watching. Just watching, like in the shadows. I know it says other things, inner calling, clarity, intention, but watching in the shadows. It's making me think of watching in the shadows. Somebody who's watching. Their higher self sees everything, and their spirits see everything. And their spirits hold the key to whether or not and you're able to continue to benefit from their information. Okay? Their spirits hold the key as to whether or not you're going to be able to continue to benefit from their information. Other people you may see them, students of theirs or clients of theirs getting success, and you're wondering why you aren't. Because you didn't invest in them. And you didn't have respect. And a lot of people who do buy into things have unrealistic expectations that person never even said. That person never, because you're just not mentally stable and rational. You don't have a realistic view on whatever the subject is, nor what's the word I'm looking for? A rationale about you, and you're holding to other people to expectations they didn't agree to. You're expecting them to do everything for you, and you magically just know how to do that thing or make money off of that thing without putting in any other work and having to sacrifice like they did, having to work for it like they did. That's not how it works. And so people, even when you invest into other people's courses, other people's products, this or that, products are different. Products are supposed to work for you because they're a product. Physical products are supposed to do what they say they do. Okay, but when it's a person and we're exchanging information, when the information is the product, and it's proven, and they have proof, okay, and lots of other people are having success with them. If you're not, then you must be doing something wrong. You must have unrealistic expectations, or you must not be actually putting in the work, okay, that is required. And when that happens, even if you paid, that person's spirit guides sees and hears anytime you're talking shit about them, anytime you're thinking negatively towards them, having evil eye on them, saying shit about them when it's not true. Just because in your mind, in your little reality in your head, your altered perception is thinking that that person is lying, that person is scamming, that person's dishonest, it can't be true, they you know, didn't deliver, you know, it wasn't what they said it was. And if it actually is, then you're the problem. And their spirit guides, there will be consequences, even if you never contact them and say that. But especially if you do, if you tarnish somebody's reputation, if you libel against anybody, if you speak out of turn on somebody who didn't do something that you think that they did, and you gossip on them, okay, you slander their name, their brand, whatever, their business, you leave a bad review just because you're in your feelings and it's not actually truth. You just brought a course yesterday and it wasn't exactly how you thought it was going to be, but it is how they marketed it. It is what they promised, but it's just you're being picky and you're too lazy to do what you need to do, and you're just being a nitpicker, and you're just dipping your toe in and trying to get out because you realize it's not for you. That's not their problem. That's a you problem. And you still owe them because you received the information. And then these people, yeah, this is all about educators. For some reason, it's about education, because that's the main thing that is being purchased. And that's going to be the continuing trend. It's going to be bajillions, multiple, like tens of billions of dollar industry in the future is education, information. So, information education. So, they're saying when you receive these things, especially those type of people who like to get something and then try to get a refund on stuff that you had access to just because you're too lazy and you don't want to finish it, that's a you problem. And when you do that, their spirits see that, and there are consequences in the spiritual realm. So a lot of people are going to start experiencing more and more consequences because they think they're smart and are going to get away with fraud, and that's not how it works. These companies that let you get away with fraud are being stopped from, there's being more strictness being put in place because of so much fraud from the client against the merchant. Okay, so that's being stopped, and there are consequences spiritually. Even if you don't see real world consequences in the moment, you're gonna have a lot of spiritual consequences for being a thief, for anybody who's doing that fraud stuff. What is given can be taken away, opportunities taken away, prosperity taken away, businesses even taken away in exchange for trying to ruin somebody else. So be wary, be aware of that. I don't know, somebody that's seeing this must be, or about to see this, must be doing some shady shit. Stoicism, peacefulness, receptiveness, manifestation. And the people, the providers, the educators, the service providers, who else? Creators who are sharing valuable information or valuable content that people are consuming, they are going to grow and they are going to remain protected. The authentic ones are going to be protected. And all of the people, there are consequences. You've been given time. There are consequences coming for those who have not been respectful, especially those who bully creators. You have consequences. Like, you think you get away with it just because, no, the platforms are being taken over by the light, and there will be consequences, not just digitally, spiritually, financially, however spirit sees fit. It's already happening to a lot of these people who like to bully people on the internet, and who like to gossip and slander brands and people's images and all of that, who have negative things to say on ladies making pottery, old men, welding, and people have things to say that are very negative because you have nothing better to do. I just want you to know that people like you are going to have consequences, and you reap what you sow. So hopefully there's not too many of those type of people that see this. But I don't know, that's the message today. I don't know where that came from because I wasn't thinking about that earlier. So I don't know. And be wary of people. For the people that aren't like that are watching this, be wary of people like that. Because you being associated with them is going to ruin your luck. It's going, and maybe why people might be having financial problems, because you may be giving your energy and exchanging energy with people like that. And that is a free will choice. You are giving permission for your karma, for your life to be negatively effective by being associated with them, by staying silent when you see them doing something like that, by acting like you didn't see it. You're just as guilty when you don't stand up, and also when you don't stand up for people that you know are being bullied on the internet, and you see other people and you just allow it. You don't say anything. You don't put a bitch in their place or a bastard in their place. I do it all the time on another account so that this one doesn't get shadow banned and blocked or whatever on Instagram. But I do it from another account when I see stuff like that, and I see it all the time, and I say shit all the time. Say shit all the time, because if nobody does, then guess what? It continues. And then guess what? You have people suicidal, okay? Over, I don't care if this video gets flagged or whatever. Could care less. You have people that are suicidal over people hating them and speaking negatively towards them in their comments, or just hating on them for no reason. You got people out there putting themselves out there trying to, I understand, trying to make money doing something that may seem silly to other people, that may seem stupid to other people, may seem pathetic to other people, but you don't have to be vicious. You can just mind your fucking business, shut the fuck up, and keep scrolling. You don't have to be a loser. You're the loser, not them. You're the loser in their comments when you're a bully. Bullies are losers. Bullies are losers. Bullies are people who were probably bullied and became the person that they didn't like because it makes them feel superior. And they're unhealed people that like to hurt other people because they're hurt. So they're really the loser, not the person creating the content, hardly as much as they may think that they are. They're actually the one who is the loser. At least that person who's making that so-called pathetic or stupid content has the balls to put themselves on the internet, the balls to put themselves on the internet and put themselves out there when bullies are just sitting behind the keyboard, quiet, typing away, but they would probably never say it in person because they're too much of a coward and too insecure, truly, because anybody who's a bully is actually really insecure. Super insecure, and will be in denial their whole life that they're insecure. Will deny it up and down, and then further bully and insult people because they are just that insecure and they have nothing else to offer. They have nothing else to do. That's all that they feel confident in doing, is being a bully. But when you associate yourself with that, or you see that happening and you don't do anything, you don't say anything, you don't do anything, or try to do something, contact, if it's unsafe for you to say something or do something, contact authorities. And people are out here like, I've seen this multiple times in my life, with people who are, I just saw it today. On this other person's on this other sports bettor's Instagram. And the reason why I just stopped following this person, because even though they've got great picks, they have a lot of knowledge, as well as the other one that I follow. I stopped following, and I only paid them for one time, and I'm not gonna give my money to them anymore, even though they have a ton of knowledge and their picks hit a lot of the time. I can make a ton of money off of taking their picks, but my spirits told me no, because associating myself with them, paying them, giving them money, when I just realized that they're racist. I saw them verbally abusing their stepchildren on the live, using racial slurs, embarrassing the children. And then when I was on there today, just to get I was like, what is this person really like this? Like, or is this just like them being Like, is this just like the rumor? Because I hadn't actually seen it until like yesterday and today. And when I saw it yesterday, I was like, I was trying to figure out, like, are they really, or are they just like joking around because they have, you know, like a Puerto Rican or a Dominican fiance, and like 2 African stepchildren and 1 I think Puerto Rican actual son. And the kids were having their friends over who are African, and he was calling them a racial slur, which I will not repeat, and not the one that most people think, but another type of racial slur, and acting like, and he just calls them that and thinks it's funny. He's and then I started seeing more yesterday that he's very, what's that called, degrading to his partner. You know, he's very sexually degrading on the live. It's disgusting. And so I was like, damn, like, I didn't see this before. When I paid him the first time, my spirit guides was like, this is why we told you, you know, look out for him and don't give him any money. Because yeah, sure, you can learn from him, but you could find somebody better. This is just an example of what's out there. He also is like too hot and cold. He was also ended up in the clinker the other day, and I don't know what for, but I'm guessing for something having to do with abuse, because I saw him literally punch his teenage son, and knock him on the floor. And he thought it was funny because his son was making a joke in the background of the live about another sports bettor who is like his rival, and the other sports bettor is actually a scammer and doesn't know much at all, but is always trying to spread gossip and give him problems. So his son was mentioning him, like joking, mentioning this other sports capper in the background, like, because they had an inside joke, and he mentioned it, and he knows that it ticks his dad off, but he didn't expect his dad to punch him. But because I guess in the background it was fine, they joke about it, but when he did it on the live, he got up, you could see him literally look like he got demonically possessed. He went from laughing and joking with the people in the audience on the live to getting up, like looking so mad, getting up and running over, and you could see his son in the background get punched in the chest, like punched straight in the chest, where you could kill somebody doing that, and knocked on the floor, like out. Knocked him out, knocked the wind out of him. He was down on the ground for like 3 minutes, and he didn't even get up to check on him. He was like, he'll be fine. Oh yeah, call CPS on me, call CPS on me, call, the police, I'm not going back to jail, blah, blah. So it's obviously a pattern. So when you see something like that, if you continue to give, my spirits was like, this is it. See, this is what we wanted you to see. Yeah, he wasn't showing this. He was trying to keep it all clean and squeaky clean looking, but his language towards women is degrading. He called yesterday was when I was like, oh, this is really messed up. He has a foul mouth to begin with, and he was trying to clean it up for his business. But yesterday he was calling the NBA players hoes. He's like, that's why I don't mess with, F with these hoes, because these hoes can't play. These hoes can't even dribble the ball. These hoes can't ever get in the net. And I'm just like, wow. So that's how you really feel about women. Like, and then also, then and again, reconfirmed it when I did watch him today. I'm just sitting there like observing, trying to see like, what's this dude's issue? Like, what is this dude's issue? Like, what is his problem? Because one minute I think he's bipolar, but I think he's got more issues than that. I know bipolar people that aren't like this, but I think he has other issues too, spiritual issues beyond that. I think he's bipolar, but I definitely know that there's some sort of spiritual issue there. And calling the women hoes. And then today, thinking it's funny to be on his live stream, made fun of the women again, saying, that's why I can't worry about, betting on the WNBA, because, and then I gotta also worry about when these bitches are on their period. And I'm like, because that'll make them feel, shit that day, and I can't be betting on players, females that, have their period and feel like shit and are moody and not performing. And I'm just like, you're so insensitive. You're so rude. You're so degrading. You're such a misogynist. Probably, the vibe that I get is that he's probably also really abusive towards his spouse in other ways. So, my spirits was like, no, this is what we wanted to see. And this is why you can't give him money. You can't pay him anything. And don't engage in his stuff no more. Don't engage in his stuff. You don't have to slander him, but don't engage in his stuff. Do not engage in his stuff. And I don't know, I know his name, but, I think, and most of his clients are male, so they're all laughing at everything. The last straw for me, when I was like, damn, like just listening, because I was just like, how is he like this? Like, where did this come from today? Like, where, is this all coming from? Because yesterday he wasn't as bad, but today he was just on one. And, somebody said to him, yesterday somebody told him, because I guess he had started going to church. And somebody had said, did you go to church this Sunday? And he was like, no, I missed church, blah, blah. I really like the pastor, blah, 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 because I really liked what he had to say and I want to hear more, blah, blah. But I missed this Sunday. I'm going to go back go back next Sunday. And I think it was a female in the comments that was like, good, hope you go back, stay in touch with your pastor because you sounded better last week. And his response to that was, what am I supposed to say to that? What am I supposed to say to that? Well, fuck you. Like, you don't want to tell me how to live my life. And she's like, see, this is what I mean. Like, because one minute you're trying to be more respectful and clean up your image, and then the next minute you're going right back into being an asshole. And when you support people like that, just because they seem to appear in a moment's glance to be, a good option, a good person, decent person, and then you see that, and you see that they really don't care about people. They don't care about respecting nobody else. But they want respect. But they don't respect anybody else. They, in fact, are harming people and don't even feel remorse about it. They are harming people on a live and had hundreds of people watching and don't give a damn about it. That's a problem. That's a very negative entity attachment or a demonic attachment, possession that may come and go. And that's what happens. And especially in the gambling world, because he lives in Vegas. So he has, a past life, earlier before he had his sports betting career, he was involved in some pretty bad things. So, he's got a lot of negative karma. And it's just not something I want to be associated with. My spirits don't want me associated with. So I will learn and grow more in other ways elsewhere. And I've been self-studying a lot. So I actually have to go because the game just started. Baseball game just started. But on the West Coast. So, just be careful who you exchange your energy with. And make sure you're giving energy exchanges to the people that actually are trying to do the right thing. That are genuinely trying to do the right thing and do good things. Not to people who are, they may be benefiting you they may have something shiny to offer that is enticing, but when you give them your energy, you are transacting energetically with people that you don't know, but you can feel it and you may find out. And when you do find out that they're not good people, if you continue to allow them in your life or be in their life or help them or give them money, receive things from them, you tie your energy and you tie part of your fate now, weaving in a fate that is going to experience more blockages because you are having these other people's energies attached to you mixed up with yours. When you benefit from people who are dishonest too, who are cheating a system or stealing, like for instance, there's a lot of scammers. When you pay scammers because they're cheaper than the actual original person who had that information, that may charge a considerable amount more. Just because, and this is something I had to learn when I ripped free courses off of those free course websites back when I was, not up in life. Because somebody else ripped them and I found them and I used them. Guess what? It didn't work for me for long at all, because, and that was regarding trading in the beginning, because I ripped it and I didn't give the person who created it and who actually deserved the energy exchange, who put their time, their blood, their sweat, their tears, and built up the skill set. I didn't give them what they were worth. Instead, somebody else ripped it and thought they were being a savior, thought they were doing a good thing for other people by ripping it because they thought that it was too expensive. But I promise you that when you invest in the right things, doesn't matter what the price is, when you invest in something that is divinely guided, that money will come back to you, multiplied in other ways, or in monetary ways, or both. But when you try to take shortcuts, you try to jip the source, when you try to jip your plug that you were divinely guided to, or you don't appreciate, you try to take and benefit and then never give them credit, that's going to come back to be a problem for you. I've seen people lose everything. I've seen people be up millions and lose it all. I've seen people going from homeless to a mansion and lose it because they didn't appreciate it, because they got very comfortable and materialistic and they didn't give back. They wanted to hoard. And so what would happen? They got it taken away and humbled. I've seen people get a job that they really wanted, that was really great paying, and then complain about it, how they had more responsibility, that they had to work a little harder, or they had to, do more interviews in order to get it, and that they had to, somebody had to drive maybe another 15 minutes for it, but it paid them almost another $100,000 that they definitely weren't getting paid before, but they had to drive 15 more minutes. I'm like, there's people who work and have to drive 2 hours every day. My dad had to drive at least an hour and 15, 20 minutes from Hudson Valley, New York, all the way to the tip of Westchester County, go through the mountains on a single lane road, all weather, night and morning and night, in the dark, in the rain, in the snow, with icicles falling off the side of the mountain, with waterfalls coming down the side of the mountain on the road. My dad drove that every single day and put his life at risk in order to provide. I always say my dad was a great provider. He was never emotionally available, wasn't the greatest influence in my life by any means at all, but he was always a great provider. And he always was consistent in his work. But there's other people who don't appreciate, don't even want to do that, don't even want to have to sacrifice a little more to gain a ton more. So when it's not appreciated, it can be taken away. You say you don't want it, this isn't for you. All right, well, watch it be taken away. Watch, somebody who is a great person be taken out of your life if you don't appreciate them. Watch blockages form in various ways that you never expect and might not even think are punishment for misbehaving towards other people or not appreciating other people, not appreciating what God gives you. The fastest way to receiving and experiencing blockages in your life, experiencing hardship, is to not be appreciative and to not be respectful of people. God and the angels and the mysteries of light will let people's towers crumble. And people think they did it all by themselves. When they get there, they think that, see, a lot like the guy that I'm talking about, the sports bettor, so into his ego, so egotistical, so full of himself, and a bully, probably because he was bullied. So those type of people, though, the spirits build them up, and they're guided to do certain things. They may be great at certain things because they were guided, divinely guided to those things, and naturally talented, had a talent for that. But when they get too big in the head, things will start to fall apart. Things will start to fall apart for those who are not respectful and thankful to first God and Goddess. Because when you disrespect women, when you abuse women, you disrespect the Goddess. And when you disrespect males, you disrespect God, you know? So you can't expect to continue to receive blessings, to continue to receive, you know, a higher status in life when you are disrespectful to those made in God's image, God and Goddess's image, and to take from other people and not give anything, not even a bit of gratitude publicly, if it's a platform that you're seeing them on, not give anything publicly as gratitude, or not give a testimonial so other people know that it's a real deal. That's the least that people could do for other people. I don't know where all that word came from, but that's where we were at today. So hopefully that helps somebody. I don't know. I wasn't planning on doing all that. In fact, I wasn't even going to try to be on here more than 15, 20 minutes. But when they want to say something, they got to say something. When they want me to tell a story, I got to tell a story. So that's all she wrote for today, though. I'm really not sure if I'm going to keep this up and the listing open for these. I might, I don't know. Guede Limbo has a dice tray for coming, but has a custom dice tray coming, but who knows? I might leave it up. I don't know. I might do this again. I don't know yet. I have to see. I have to let energy shift. I won't make a decision yet. I won't make a decision until I feel neutral again. Because right now, I'm a little irritated. This week, I'm a little irritated. I'll be working all week. I'm trying to catch up on cases from 3 weeks, a month ago now, because I was sick for 2 weeks because I had a really bad infection and I couldn't work. So I'm playing catch up on cases. And so I'm tired and I'm still showing up, but people don't even show up. It's like people all week saw my stuff and said, "Oh, I want to join. Will you make a listing?" And they're like, one person signs up. I'm like, come on, y'all. Some of y'all are just all talk, and this is why you have blockages, because you all talk. People from like 3 weeks ago, "Oh, I'm gonna book a consultation. I need work." Hasn't booked a consultation, but wants to be in my DM, asking me questions. No, I don't answer them. I've told you before. I'm not gonna answer your questions in my DM. Not in my email, not in my text. You better not text me or call me. I swear to God. You will find out a version of me that you will not like at all. But people need to seriously, some people need to get their shit together and stop talking about stuff that they want to do, gonna do. If you talk about it, your brain thinks you already did it, and then you don't do it. And that's why you're blocked. And that's why you're still dealing with problems you're still dealing with. Because there's people on here that's why I'm not really giving no messages, none of these readings, this channel readings, because there's no new message to bring when people aren't acting on the last ones. There's no new message. Sure, there's other readers out there bringing messages, pulling cards, whatever, saying they're channeling all these different things. I'm not gonna reach out and try to channel all these different messages for people just to make people feel better. That's not authentic to me. I work with cemetery spirits that are no bullshit. They're not trying to make people just feel better. They're trying to get work done, get shit done, and change lives. Otherwise, if you ain't about that, do not bother them. Do not bother me. I don't do work with people who don't actually take action. I don't mess with you. You do not get my time. Period. The end of story. And if you can't come to a consultation with clarity and be able to explain briefly what your problem is or your goal is and what it is you're looking for my help with, then you don't need to be booking a consultation. You should already be prepared with that information, prepared to tell me on the consultation. The consultation is not a reading. I am not open for readings. I am not prioritize readings. My main thing is not being a reader. Although I am a fantastic reader, it is not my main function. I've always said this. So if you're booking a consultation, be prepared to explain quickly, briefly, what it is, who's involved, what you want. And then I will run it by my spirits. And they get to decide, do we help you? If so, how is the best way to do so? In what order? And how much your price is? That's that. Simple. Keep it simple. It'll be great. Come to me with all sorts of disorganization and unclarity. Not being able to communicate this, wanting to waste my time, and I'm just going to tell you that we're not a good fit, and I'm not going to be able to help you. If you can't do that, I really can't help you, because I can't work with disorganized, unpresent people who can't follow directions. Simple directions in the listing on my website. So that is like a pre-qualification. Your consultation is a pre-qualification of whether or not I and my spirits are going to work with you. If you can follow the instructions on my website, then you have a higher chance of me accepting your case. If you don't follow the instructions on my website and you show up to consultation acting stupid with me, acting like you didn't know it was a consultation, thought it was a reading, or that doesn't fly by me like at all. That actually, you'll see a very not so nice version of me, because there's like 3 times that you have to acknowledge that you understand it's not a reading before you can even pay me. So let's not even do that. Okay, some people have tried to do that, and I really do make you feel like an idiot, because you try to play me for an idiot. Like, you get what you deserve. But let's show up to consultation acting like we're serious about stuff, and show up ready to pay within 7 days. Otherwise, I can't help you. I'm moving on. I'm not wasting my spirit's time. Don't waste my spirit's time. The end. Okay? That's all I gotta say. Like I said, sign up for the Elijah ritual this week, so I know what we're doing. Are we doing this, or are y'all got other priorities that you're gonna put your money into instead of your spiritual work? Because it doesn't have to be offered. It was a gift for him to offer it, but it doesn't have to be offered. I don't have to go out of my way to offer community ritual. So if you want it, sign up for it this week. If it's not getting signups this week, I'm just gonna cancel it. And y'all can pay full price or go try to figure out something with somebody else. It's really not my concern. It's a gift. Okay? It is a gift. I don't do more than one community ritual a year. that is that. That's what my spirits have asked. My spouse may do different things, but we have different missions. So y'all make a decision on what you're going to do. You want the spirits help? Cool. Sign up. You don't want the spirits help? Cool. I'll take it away and we'll move on. And that's that. Peace.